Right, okay. Well, I'm Simon Livesey, one of the organisers of the SailJuice Winter Series, and welcome to round 4. And well done, King George, getting it off the ground. We've had a bit of a bumpy start over the new year with some cancellations, but King George very much up for it. Joined by Mo and Vince on the phone, who's our PRO. Mo's got to shoot off, but perhaps you could just say hello, Mo. Are you here?
Hello, everyone.
Right. Okay. So a few things to cover. Looking at the intro and comms, arrival instructions, shoreside registration, and so forth. So let's break in. So first thing is really with COVID, all sort of communications are going to be basically online as much as possible. We need to avoid sort of gathering and hanging around sort of the clubhouse as much as possible. There is a WhatsApp group. I think quite a lot of you joined that, and you can see the QR code there. You should have been sent a link, and then also a link to the official notice board. If you've got any questions, if you can put them in the chat box, and we'll try and deal with them as we're going along, and I'll try and remember to have a look at that. But answer any questions in the chat box, and we'll try and get back to you as soon as possible. Right? Right, okay, so Mo, do you want to just give us a quick rundown of the sort of arrival instructions? And gates open at 8:30.
Yeah, so hello, everybody. My name is Mo Allen, so I'm in charge of the event from a King George perspective. I will be on site tomorrow to let you in. Ideally, we'd like you to arrive about 8:30 or afterwards. I will be there earlier if you do turn up, so if you want to risk it, I plan to be there a bit earlier than 8:30. We will give you a note. So because of COVID, we're having to be quite strict, but in practice, we're going to be more understanding than perhaps it might have appeared on the first notice. So our changing rooms are going to be open and available to you. We would appreciate it if you could take your bags and put your kit bags into your car for the duration of the event. I will in the morning be giving out a piece of paper with a code. If you want to make a note of it, the code for the changing rooms is clear 2468Z. You might even be able to remember that yourself. We would love to be putting on hot food, but because of the COVID restrictions, we just felt it was a bit inappropriate at this stage. So we'd recommend that you bring your own lunch, otherwise it'll be a long, cold day. The plan will be, for those of you who've been with us before, you know I like to keep my road completely clear. So when you get there, the volunteers will ask you to park your boat and your cars in designated spaces. It'd really help us if you do that. So we don't want anybody queuing up on the main path. What we'll do is we'll have an informal chat just before the start. Probably about 10 o'clock, we plan to have that. At 10:15, I will release the boats. And at that point, you can all pull your boats. Most of you will be aware we've got a slight incline up to the side of the reservoir. I've got loads of volunteers around to help you. So don't feel that you ever have to pull your boat up on your own. As I said, I've got plenty of volunteers. If they're not there, it's just because they're assisting somebody else, and they'll be back with you in a moment. We know from the past that 10:15 is about the right time to get you all on the water and then get you off for a quick start. From my perspective, that's pretty much it covered. So I'm probably going to disappear. On the note that I give you tomorrow, I will leave my telephone number. So I'm really the point person at King George. If you need anything, you're welcome to look me up.
Right. Okay. And I think the point, Mo, is obviously important to get the slipway quickly, isn't it? In terms of don't want lots of queuing.
Yep. So I will have people there to collect your trolleys. If you had some form of label on your trolley with your cell number, that would make our lives significantly easier when you come back, because we'll be able to return your trolley to you really easily.
Right. Okay. Well, thanks, Mo. I think you've got to rush off, but we'll see you in the morning.
All right. Thank you. See you all tomorrow.
Okay, everyone should have been sent a link to update their details and enter their emergency contacts. I think most have. Please make sure you do that tonight. This is a chance to change cell numbers and things like that. It's part of the registration process, so this sort of tells us really you're coming, and there isn't really going to be a formal registration desk at the club, so we just need to know any cell numbers, emergency contacts. So if you haven't done that yet, please do that. And for youth sailors, we need a completed youth declaration form, which again has been emailed out, so you can bring that and hand that in when you collect your tracker. Helps us fulfill all the needs and health and safety stuff. Right, okay. Registration process is really quite light touch. It's really just picking a tracker up. They'll be labelled out sort of alphabetical order by surname. This really tells us that you've arrived, and part of there, again, trying to minimise sort of crowding in clubhouse. trackers will be available sort of on the just outside the club on one of the sort of tables before we go up the ramp. Little note: the RWA are going to be sending a media team and doing a bit of video filming. They see this is one of the sort of top thing events. That's good there. So please make sure you got your boats polished and hairbrushed and all that. You can be putting on video. I think this is going to be a big video to be shown at the dinghy show. So chance to show off your class and everything else. But you'll be seeing them popping around with video cameras. You may know them from other events, but don't be sort of too surprised. Then we've also got Tim Olin out there, and he'll be taking photographs of all. So please smile and see some great pictures. And looks like it's sunny weather, so that'll be good. And John Emmett, as he's mentioned, will be doing an interview with the winners afterwards. So lots of chance to be famous here. Right, moving on. GPS tracker, please mount it on the mast. Been some pictures of people mounting their trackers on the bow. You know who you are, but we won't be allowing that this time. So really, that it means to be mounted on the mast or thereabouts on the boom. For single handers, quite high, so it doesn't get sort of a splash. But don't mount it on the bow. We know who you are, and we deduct time from it if we see you there. Right. Any scoring queries or anything like that, please email sort of after that. Much information possible, taking data off trackers and videos and things like that. But if you see anything wrong with the results that are going up so quickly after each race, do email and we'll have a look. And then protest forms available in the clubhouse. Hopefully we won't be getting that, but if you do need to protest, you can collect that from the clubhouse. Right. We got there, Vince, are you there on the phone?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. Can everybody hear me okay?
Good, okay. Vince, I mean, I think you're going to give a sort of more sort of course briefing tomorrow morning in terms of what's sort of going to happen at the win, but it's going to be going around the fixed marks, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah, well, basically, we're going to use the fixed marks. I've got some orange cylindrical marks that I hope to use to tie to the club mark, so they will be in the position. You've all been sent a map of the reservoir. Just familiarise yourself with the rough location of these marks. I think one thing's for sure, that we won't be using any of the marks in the middle of the lake, so it'll probably be 10 marks around the outside. Look, my intention, I've got to keep the fleas split, and I can't have boats crossing one another on different legs. So we basically be looking at maybe a windward leeward at the first part, and then like a small trapezoid at the end box, just to get everybody back down to the corner. It looks like we're going to have a northwesterly wind tomorrow, which is quite a good direction for King George. There's nothing really in the way, it will just come straight down the valley, so hopefully that's going to hold all day. Right, so let's go through the start and the class flags. The slow handicap will be running under pennant number 8, which is the red and white cross flag. The fast handicap will be flag Z, which is the yellow, black, red and blue triangular flag. I will, if we have a quiet chat before sailing tomorrow, we'll actually go through the flags, but they will do the 2 flags. So it's pennant number 8 for the slow handicap, flag Z for the fast handicap.
Yeah, and we've now published the list. So start 1 is up to Aeros 1073, and then everything beyond that in start 2.
Okay, so it will be the 5-4-1. The start of the slow handicap will be the 5 minute for the fast handicap.
Well, no, it's 3 minutes, isn't it, Vince, we said?
3. Yeah, sorry, my apologies. Okay, right. So recalls, individual recall will just be flags at half mast. It's your responsibility to come back if you believe you're over the line. On recall, what we're going to do, I know, basically this is a fun event and try and avoid the black flag. So my intention is to start with the U flag. Once we've run recall, then we'll go to the U flag, which basically means if the start goes, if you're over the line in that start, you'll be disqualified. But if basically it's only the start that goes. If it's a recall and I can't identify all the numbers, we just come back and start again with the U flag. Basically, the way we run is nobody will get an advantage. If people are over, we pull it back, we start again. So basically, once we start racing, we'll do the calls. It'll probably be 2 or 3 laps, dependent on the target time, which is going to be 45 minutes for the first boat. When you come down the bottom of the course, which will be in the southeast corner, Mark 1, the leading boat will see flag S, which will be fired from the race box. So the intention is to start from the committee boat, sell the calls, and then all the recording and the finishing will be done at the race box, between Mark A and the race box.
Yeah, so that's the gate, isn't it, Vince? So people need to be sailing
yeah.
past that every lap and waiting for S flag before they stop.
Yeah, so I mean, it should be straightforward, because that will be the run line. The intention is to get everybody, once we've completed the course, the end of the lap will be in the southeast corner at Mark 1, and it'll be on the run line to go through the gate anyway, but you do need to pass between A and the race box.
Right, okay. And on that, in terms of recording everything, we need to keep going. So once you pass the finish, don't stop, just keep passing, along with it.
Well, because there'll be boats coming in behind you, so just not come back to where so basically the committee boat will be, once you finish, it will be to the left of you. The intention is that once it's finished, we'll be getting going pretty quick. Not going to hang around. If the courses needs to be changed, once I've got everybody going, I'll have an understanding of what the wind's doing. So if I need to change the course, I'll move the committee boat. I'll be doing that whilst you're racing. Once the committee boat has been used for the start, it will not be used again until the next start.
Right, okay. So you'll be announcing the course sort of in the morning by the race box.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a rough idea of what it's going to be for the wind direction. I've worked the course out. It's not going to be the spider's web course, because I know that can be for businesses that don't know all the marks. But basically, we'll be using the marks on the outside, and it should be straightforward.
Right, okay, thanks. If anyone's got any questions for Vince, we put them in the chat box. That'd be good. I'm seeing lots of questions coming through. Right, so the start has been published. So basically RS arrows as the breakpoint. Come through the line. Okay. Final thing, will we go through there? The prize giving will be held on Monday via sort of Zoom or Facebook. Will be sent out links. So please join us. Right. Well, chance to have any questions? I can't see any rushing through. So hopefully that's all self-explanatory.